It's been just over 4 months since the official reveal of Pokémon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and one thing that hasn't been acknowledged by Game Freak at all in their press releases is character customization. A couple of weeks ago I made an open discussion about character customization and my thoughts on it, and my thoughts on whether it'd return or not. Well, yesterday Game Freak revealed an image of the Global Link website and the enhancement it has received for Pokémon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. And some brand new evidence has came out that suggests that character customization might not be returning in Pokémon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. That's really bad news, and I'm sure you guys want to see this evidence and want to hear me discuss this. So, my name is P. Winnall. Let's jump straight into this little analysis. Yesterday an image surfaced of what the Global Link website is going to look like for Pokémon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire and the enhancements that it's going to undertake. And I want you guys to focus on the top 10 rankings right here that showcases different trainers' faces and stuff like that. Now, take a look at the current one for Pokemon X and Pokemon Y, and you will notice that for the rankings and for the PSS and stuff like that, the player search system, every single trainer has their own individual face, has their own individual icon, and that's because character customization is vital to the player search system. It gives everyone a unique identity. It means that whatever clothing you wear in game, it affects what your icon looks like to people who want to interact with you by battling and trading and stuff like that, and also what you look like on the little ranking system on the Pokemon Global Link website. Now, if you take a look at the Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire enhanced version of the Pokemon Global Link, you will notice that some of the trainers themselves have faces that are very similar to each other, and that's just judging by the icon. For those of you that are familiar with the way that trades and battles worked in earlier generations, especially Generation 3, 4 and 5, you will know that there was once a thing called the Union Room, and you had to choose a trainer class that would represent your trainer in game. So you would be diversified from every other person using the Union Room at a specific moment in time. The options were normally very limited, and you could only use trainer classes that were in-game. And you may notice that a lot of these icons are of trainer classes that were used in the original Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. I'm going to actually analyze this now so you guys know exactly which trainer class every single one of these icons represents, and this is going to be my evidence as to why character customization won't be returning in Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. The first and fifth icons represent the Hiker trainer class, and as you can tell by the Ruby and Sapphire sprite, looks very similar to the Hikers used in the original games. The second icon most likely represents a female Pokemon breeder, just modernized slightly from the original Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. However, as you can tell, share similarities in their hair colour and their headwear. The third icon was honestly hard to match up, however, seems to me to be an edited version of the lady trainer class used in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. They both have blonde hair, however, the icon's hat is very different. The fourth icon you will recognise immediately. The fourth and ninth icons represent the Ruby and Sapphire Rich Boy trainer class and look pretty much identical. The sixth icon most likely represents the last trainer class. This sprite I'm using comes from the 3rd generation counterpart games Fire Red and Leaf Green, however, it wouldn't surprise me if they edited the last trainer class's artwork just a little bit. The 7th icon you will once again recognise immediately. This icon represents the female cool trainer class, just judging by the hairstyle and hair colour. The 8th icon, once again, is super similar to the Ruby and Sapphire male expert trainer class. The beard and the hairstyle is an exact duplicate. And finally, the 10th icon is an exact replica of the female expert trainer class, with an exactly the same headband, facial features and hair colour. Now, this actually isn't conclusive evidence, because as I'm demonstrating now, you are able to pick the icons of trainer classes in Pokemon X and Y too, to represent you on the player search system. If I wanted, I could very easily choose a Pokemon Ranger or a Gym Leader to represent me on the player search system. However, on the Global Link website, your icon would always revert back to your in-game character's icon, which is why I think this is a big deal. If Gym Leader and Trainer class icons actually appeared on the Global Link for Pokemon X and Y, I would think differently. However, seeing as how the only icons used on the Pokemon Global Link for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are those from popular trainer classes in the original Ruby and Sapphire, and that trainer class icons didn't appear at all on the Global Link for X and Y, I personally believe that customization of our character and icon won't be a feature in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. My final piece of evidence is actually hidden in the super secret bases, and how you can interact with the owners of the secret bases, battle them, and even scout them, and have them in your own secret base, so you can have a group of your friends in your own super secret base. I've said secret base a lot there. Unfortunately, their characters are only represented exactly how they were in the old Union rooms by a specific trainer class, which I presume you can choose, which is again why character customization will unlikely be a thing. There are numerous screenshots I'm displaying now showcasing you interacting with the owner. Finally, here is an image of a person's profile overview with their QR code. Again, they are represented by a Rich Boy Trainer class icon. This isn't 100% evidence, but it's fairly close. I'm really interested in you guys' thoughts and opinions on this. Do you think character customization will be returning in Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire? After all this evidence and the fact that they failed to acknowledge it in 4 months, I honestly don't think the character customization will return in these games, but Game Freak could be about to surprise us. Take all this with a grain of salt. This is all purely speculation, but there's a lot of evidence backing this up now. I know that this video is going to be a controversial one, and I hope you guys don't hate on me too much. Don't shoot the messenger. 450 likes would be really appreciated for another Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire related video tomorrow, and feel free to subscribe so you don't miss any more of my Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire speculation, news, analysis, and whatever videos I want to make. My name is P1all. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys aren't too annoyed by this video, and peace out.